This episode is brought to you by AJ Plus. As rent prices around the country continue to rise, more young people have been moving into historically low-cost inner-city communities. Although this provides an affordable solution for incoming residents, it also leads to gentrification, or the displacement of existing communities by wealthier newcomers. So, is gentrification a good or bad thing? On average, first-wave gentrifiers are usually young, childless college graduates. Often they'll move nearer to their workplaces and public transit and farther from the suburbs. In the U.S., the Federal Reserve Bank of Cleveland reports that rapid gentrification has been seen in cities like Washington, D.C. and Atlanta. On the one hand, an influx of cash into previously poor areas tends to lead to an improvement in the quality of life there for everyone. Landlords and property owners are willing to invest more into their homes so as to increase rent prices. Crime rates drop, and local businesses and governments generally see higher revenues. Gentrification also eases the strain on infrastructure and public services while lowering vacancy rates. However, as the social and financial demographics of a low-income area change, the effects on existing residents are mostly negative, according to the ESRC Center for Neighborhood Research. A sudden demand for housing raises rent costs, and without rent stabilization, many families are unable to afford the inevitable increase. This often leads to evictions, high rates of homelessness, and increased housing demand for still affordable surrounding areas. Gentrification also affects local businesses, as incomers have different standards and preferences. As communities gentrify, locals tend to harbor resentments towards newcomers, going so far as to protest, destroy property, and even physically attack new residents. In San Francisco during the late 90s tech boom, an anti-gentrification group called the Mission Yuppie Eradication Project was responsible for slashing car tires, keying expensive vehicles, breaking windows, and vandalism. There are differing views on the role of gentrification in the way societies develop, and whether or not this practice is ultimately beneficial or detrimental to a community. Still, without significant opposition legislation like rent control laws or a decline in the overall housing market, gentrification is an inescapable phenomenon as people seek out affordable rent. Race obviously plays a huge role in this picture, and it's a generally touchy subject for most. To learn more about the white privilege factor, check out this video from our friends at AJ Plus.
I got called the N-word the other day. I couldn't really do anything due to the fact that, if I did anything, I may get shot by the police. So, that's white privilege. Some people can do certain things that, African Americans really can't do.
Thank you for watching TestTube. Please subscribe.